We've been doing this beach resort hospitality run where we've got hospitality going. We're playing in an archipelago, so we got no steel, no stone, anything like that. I have to trade for it or whatever. We've been doing this run where we're running the hospitality mod, so we're running this like a hotel. Now, the key takeaways with being the situation we're on, we are in an island, so it cannot caravan at all. So if we have something on the tile I can't handle, that's too bad. If stuff shows off outside of the tile, I can't go to it. So there's lots of negatives we run into. But we have been working on this slowly and making decent progress. We do have all the DLC activated, and we do have a couple things in storage. We had more in there, but we lost them the last stream. But we've got all that going. But I am trying to conclude this run one way or the other, whether it's win, lose, or otherwise, before TwitchCon happens. Because then I'm traveling and all that stuff. Let's see. You wanted to try Deadlock, but it's invite only, and they changed from email invites to friends only invites. I hadn't heard. Yeah, there's that one. You're still alive? Do you like Pokemon? Pokemon's good. It wouldn't match with any of the channel content though, because that's JRPG style game. All right, but yeah, so what I was saying with the comment earlier, this is before I started the YouTube video. When it comes to the early access games, it's kind of a tricky thing as a creator these days. On one end, it's kind of my job / obligation to go through and take the time to play early access games, for the purposes of like being able to show people like here's what, you know, the game is it any good, like what's the pros and cons of it, you know, all that stuff. People want to see a game before they buy it, myself included. But as a content creator, I kind of have to just jump in head first and do that. I'm the source that people go for the information as a content creator. Hey, Red Hawk Black Sheep, how's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. What were we streaming today and how did it go and all that stuff? Ride the wave. I mean, there's that part of it. That's a separate thing. But it looks like you're playing some Salt and Sanctuary, according to Twitch and all that stuff. I was gonna say Pokemon Infusion Turns. But have no like Pokemon for stream, understandable. Well, the thing is, keep in mind the genres of games I play. That's because think of it this way: if I play a lot of simulation games, the people I'm going to draw to the channel are people who want to watch simulation games. If I play a lot of first-person shooters, you know, the people I'm going to draw to the channel are going to be people who are into first-person shooters. I will assure their safety. It's fine. We just have volcanic winter. And so it is one of those things that if I play lots of simulation, that is an audience I have. If I play something outside of that, an amount of that audience isn't going to stick around because I'm no longer playing what they want. And it's not that I can't play stuff outside those genres or whatever. There is a balancing act that you have to do. And so for this channel, I actually play a much wider range of variety than I think is necessarily advisable than most people. I apparently need a anomaly project to be queued up. It's hard to say what Pokemon is. It's kind of JRP strat and sim game. No, Pokemon is a JRPG. Like it's a JRPG. Like literally you take turns using
Thank
your
you,
attacks.
Rual,
It's a
for
JRPG.
subscribing for 20 months. Hello, Rual. Love the streams.
Hey, Rongor. Thanks so much for the tier 2 sub. I really do appreciate that. You've been subbed to the channel for 20 months, almost 2 years, and I really do appreciate that. But yeah, so thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the streams and all that. But thank you so much for popping in, all that good stuff. And I hope you enjoy your advertisement for viewing as well as access to the emotes. But yeah, no, when you look at Pokemon at the end of the day, it is a JRPG. You have your characters, which granted in this case are Pokemon that you capture, so it's kind of you capture your party.
Choo choo.
Hype train is go. Choo choo.
And thank you, Senshi Cookie, for the 100 biddies, kicking off a hype train, all good stuff. I really do appreciate that as well. But yeah, so it's you get your party, and then it goes, okay, it's your turn to fight. Choose your attack. And And then, you know, you get to the next person, choose your turn, use your attack. Okay, now it's their turn. And that's just straightforward JRPG. Strategy game comes more into stuff like Civilization. You have your tactical strategy, which is more like XCOM, you know, those kind of things. So there's that. Which, for the record, neither of those genres do I play a lot of on the channel. And you love Stellaris? Stellaris is excellent. That's a 4X strategy game. Deadlock is Valve's latest game. It's early alpha, and it's hilariously broken, so you wanted to play it in the stage? Yeah. Right, so going back to the whole point, as a creator, there's a certain amount of pressure and obligation to do early access if you're going to be variety. Because one of the main values that your audience gets out of watching is seeing games that they haven't seen before that they might be interested in before they buy. So that means when the next new, like, early access game drops, it's really beneficial to pop in there and be like, here's the game. You know, check it out. And if the game doesn't land well, that's just a thing. But that's a big part of why, as a content creator, getting a hold of a key is a big deal. Because if I have to buy all those games, yes, you can write them off in taxes. And I had this conversation with another creator. It's like, oh, well, why would I do this? You know, there was someone who was giving a key, and they had all these hoops you had to jump through that were unreasonable. And like, why would I do this when I can just buy the game and write off your taxes? It's like, okay, if you buy a $60 game and you write off your taxes, you don't get $60 back. That's not how writing off your taxes works. You get some subset of that money back up to a point, at which point then you get nothing back. Because if you didn't, like, if you wrote off enough on taxes, you've absorbed all of it you can. Literally all the rest doesn't impact anything. And so sure, if you've had a cheap year where you haven't like built a computer or whatever, you're probably fine. But if you had an expensive year where you're like, oh, I had a health thing and, you know, a computer, well, I mean, even honestly, I had a bad health thing that you write off on your taxes, that's enough to consume a lot of your income tax. At which point then you can't write off anymore. You've capped. You're done. There's nothing else to write off. Which means all the rest of that, you still just paid out of pocket. So it is those things that unless I think a game is going to stick around, I have difficulty justifying buying it. So like for example, if for some reason a RimWorld 2 came out, I could totally justify buying that. I've gotten plenty of hours and plenty of support from the channel from doing that. Versus, for example, if Pacific Drive 2 came out. Pacific Drive 2 is a game I had, or Pacific Drive is a game I had an absolute blast with that did horrendously badly on the channel. Like, the numbers were appallingly bad. And that's nothing about the game. The game was amazing, but it just wasn't a good fit for my audience. Okay, and so we did have the hype train finished at level... Actually, it's saying it's going again. It acted like it was done, and now it's got more timer. I don't... Like, the hype trains have seemed broken lately. Alright, whatever. But, so it's one of those things with that, like... I wouldn't be able to justify buying the game for purposes of content creation. Now, if I want to buy it for me as, like, a leisure expenditure, that I'm buying this for entertainment, that's still fine. But that is what it is. It's not something I can write off as a business expense or anything else. It's a purchase. It's like going out and getting drinks. So there's that. And on the comment of Fallout 4 Survival Hardcore Run when? So I've played both Fallout 76 and 4 on the channel, and they both did horrifically badly. Because I don't play first-person shooters very often on the channel. And so very, very little of my audience is interested in first-person shooters. And I also did, I played a little bit of... Oh man, what is the... I'm blanking on its name off the top of my head. The, Bethesda's most recent game. Starfield. That I played Starfield on the channel as well. That one I didn't expect to do well, but I wanted to check it out and all that. And laughing at the bugs. Yeah, no, I get that. And for the record, with all this, we're talking these like bird's eye things. It will be a thing that you run into. That there we go. So Hype Train is actually done. So we had one sub and 100 biddies. So thank you so much for that support. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a heck of a lot. So thank you so much for that support. But it very genuinely is a real thing that like there will always be some people, like no matter what choices I make of the challenge, there'll be some people who like those choices, some people who don't. So a lot of content creation is going, okay, but of my audience, what channel, like what decisions are going to align with my audience that I think makes sense, and that I am willing to do as well. Because there's certainly also the side of it, like I could play Project Zomboid until literally I couldn't stand it anymore, and I would still probably be doing okay. All right, so I've got a Devourer attack in here. That is, I have 6 combat people. I don't see how I win this fight. So the problem is the Devourers will jump on someone to take them out of the fight, and it's a DPS check to knock them down before that. My hope is I can knock 1 or 2 of them as they approach, and either be able to retreat out before they can lunge on us, or just manage to DPS down the last 2. Because if they get on, if like 3 of them get on our people, it's just game over. I won't be able to do anything about it. That's a pretty terrible one. Can they go after an animal instead of you? If I had a tamed animal that was fighting them, maybe. I don't have those though. Like literally, this is what I've got. Put non-combatants to the front. That's not a bad idea. I literally have to drop a couple of them on the run-in. And we don't have any flares made yet. We were working on that actively. We're not knocking these nearly fast enough. I just don't have that. Oh, you're going the wrong way. You're not going to be able to help. You're just going to get caught out and killed by yourself. Alright, focus fire that one. Oh, interesting. Well, I was about to say only one of them's doing this at a time. So 4 people just died. Well, it's gonna be one of those days, chat. Oh, you actually managed to get out. I don't remember who was next. Just start pummeling one. Kalaria's Star has died. Groot's Twig has died. Cookie has flares? Cookie did have flares. I mean, it's too late now. Why did Cookie have flares? Like, it's too late. This is done. Like, Cookie, even if Cookie finishes them off. Oh, good. We didn't want to leave Darstrider out of this. Darstrider's gone catatonic. Technically, you could get back up. Technically, Dragon Repairman could get back up. They won't. All right. Well, we might be switching to Star Trucker here in a minute. Because even if for some reason the Devourers went away and this person got back up, like, we're not rebuilding this. Rest in power, colonists. Yup. Yeah, and they're finally succumbing to all the injuries we managed to put into them. Yep, there goes Darkstrider. They're just going through the Dryads and killing them. Yeah, the other two are dying in here. On the bright side, now you don't have to worry about the, for TwitchCon. Right, the problem is, well, I was like, I want to make sure I don't have a run in the middle of things for TwitchCon. I'm still not leaving for another 8 days. And so I gotta figure out what I actually am doing for those 8 days. Yeah, so you knocked that one down. You're eating this one, and then there's one Dryad left. And then there's Dragon. And how are you doing? So you're technically back up. And I feel like I want you to at least try and finish the job. Alright. Can you finish the job and get this done? You might also get up because you just are bruised. Alright. It's probably just going to jump on him and do that. You've had to save scum your colony that saves on your saves for Devourers. Yeah, this is actually the first time Devourers have been the thing that have wiped me. Well, at least we know it's gonna die too. Surprisingly, Harry here, assuming they get up before going and dying of malnutrition, would actually make it. If Harry does get up, I'm gonna let Harry eat. Oh, I can't I was gonna say like caravan them off the tile, but I can't actually do that. Yeah. And then you're dead. You've got the one Devourer. So literally nothing will be left alive on the tile. Other than a couple of animals that are doing their own thing. Because your malnutrition continues to build up. Yeah, you're just never going to recover. You'll just die of malnutrition. Yep. That, well, like that was the thing. When it popped up, and I looked at it and said, wait a second, I got 6 people to fight against 4 Devourers. What do you expect me to do? Because even if I block the door, what ended up happening is it would jump on the first one, jump on the second one, like that kind of thing, because they could bypass each other when they do that. And it'd just be going, okay, great. So I figured my best bet was what I did, which is just put as much damage there. Now, if I could have gotten Darkstrider up here, that could have tied up one of them jumping and given me a bit more damage. But I don't think we're gonna make it. Like, on that, I don't think even if I would have done that, it would have made or broke it. It would have definitely helped. Yeah, so Harry's not going to get up. They're just going to die of malnutrition, so it's no point in dragging that out. Have you ever played an Assess? I'm trying to remember. I know I've looked into a bunch of times. And I know I've heard good things. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to quickly take a quick, like, 1-2 minute break for the ads are coming up here in a minute. I'm going to take a quick 1-2 minute break, use the restroom, all that stuff, stretch my legs, and figure out what I want to do next, and I will be right back. So we're just... Hey, chat, you know all those outstanding runs? We're clean. We're clear. All outstanding runs, wrapping up this stream. That's what we're doing this stream. We're just bringing an end to everything. Here, let's go hop on Project Zomboid. That definitely won't be a problem. I'm probably not doing that, so don't Don't worry about it. All right, I'm going to be back in just a couple minutes. Thank you again for tuning in.